Okay, alrighty, let's jump in to a kind of a Halloween T-Rex, okay? It's gonna be the head and pumpkin in his mouth. He's gonna be crushing it, okay? Stick around, we're gonna go over 2 layers. So I'm gonna do that first layer and then I'm gonna go over it again with ink. So let's kind of talk about it, okay? I'm gonna go over it with pencil first, and I'm gonna try to draw darker than I normally do just so you can see the whole thing. So right now we're drawing a T-Rex head. There's kind of a curved shape for the top snout, right? If we simplify it down, something like that. So kind of a curved shape for the top of that snout. Straight line. And then you have the brow right here. It's going to pop up like a triangle sticking up. Pulling back right here. That's going to pull back into kind of the ear, really, and it's just kind of this ear canal, and you'll see this on the edge. It's like a fringe over here on the kind of right side of his head. You want to see the other side, right? Because this brow right there above his eye is peeking up. It's going to peek up. You're going to see it on the other side as well. Okay. Outward. Down here for the neck. And we're going to curve back over here for the neck right there. Okay? It's got this little bump on the back of his head that a lot of lizards have. Just going to keep that in mind. Going to go right here underneath this area. Curve for the top. Again, we're going over the open part of the mouth now. So the top part of the mouth. Curve underneath that curve, and it's gonna seesaw right here into his cheek, and we're gonna connect it right there. Kind of looks like a little island or a car or hood of a plane. Let's go over here to the eye line right here. It's kind of the pit of the eye. Curve line here, kind of a peanut shape. I know sometimes we teach not to do that, but this one's gonna be a little bit more peanut shape. Line kind of open right here, and that's that skin, which I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna find out the name of that. That's the skin when some lizards open their mouth, and then right here we're gonna curve over here for that lower jaw. Okay. Down over here, underneath. Back of the jaw there for that lower jaw. It's gonna go in a bit, and then we're gonna catch it over here on this side for the other side. So this is the back of the jaw where it's connecting, and then right here is kind of that lower back of the jaw. Curve in here. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. All right. Drawing pretty boldly, by the way. You can draw a little softer than I'm doing, but it's up to you. Line right here for the neck. Right here. Got a pretty big neck. Cool. So before we draw the teeth, I need to draw the pumpkin. He's got a giant pumpkin that he's just kind of crushing. So we're going to go over here. We're going to draw that curve shape right there. Curve shape. Maybe square shard coming off here, like a shard, like he's about to crush it, you know, and stuff. Pumpkin stuff's gonna come out. But since we can't draw the teeth all the way down, the teeth are gonna be sinking into this thing. So you want to draw part of it. So like this, down, down, curve right here, right? Like it's sinking in. So line what would normally be his teeth, but it's sinking into part of that pumpkin. Line, sinking in. Okay? Line, sinking in. Same thing over here. It's going to go up a little bit. But you're never going to see the edge of the teeth, really. You're just it's going to be all sinking in there. That's the point. Same thing for the bottom. Line up, sink. Line up. That it's almost like a T, or it looks like a little table. Okay? By the way, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. We're doing stuff a little more slowly now, so I'm going to mix up the channel by doing a lot of different ways to draw, so don't forget, I'm going to do that. So Stick around. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to be posting plenty. It's going to be like once a day for now, but I might do it more as I kind of adjust. Let's draw the pumpkin face now, and that pumpkin face is right here. Triangle. With the giant pumpkin. And it'd be kind of cool if we do like a shocked face. There's a curve right here. So make those kind of curved. It's still going to cut off on that side, but kind of curved over here. Like, oh no. And then we're going to move the mouth closer together, right? Curve, maybe a curve over here. We want those teeth in there to show it's still a jack-o'-lantern. Curve underneath, kind of like he's like, oh no. Line, 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 line. And I'm drawing it softly because we're going to go into it with ink right now. It's for the texture of that pumpkin. Okay? Like he's just crushing this giant pumpkin. Line underneath right here for the bag under the eye. Pupil and iris in there, like he's looking right at what he's crushing. Nostril right here. Okay. Curve right there for the. It has like a little bit of a like a dent right there on the side of his nasal cavity. And right here around the neck area, we're gonna put maybe like a little line right there. It's gonna be like a vein kind of thing. Okay, so we're gonna jump into this with ink. I like to use pencil and ink. I can use you can use a marker. You can use anything you'd like. Let's stick with a marker first until I need to do something specific. So for the marker, I'm gonna go in here and I'm literally just gonna kind of trace the area I was in. Curve, curve. If you like Halloween, by the way, definitely say what's up, say hi, hit that like. Circle right there. Right, we're more or less just going to kind of trace what I've done already. Okay, after I trace what I've done already, I'm going to come back. Okay, I'm going to speed it, then come back and explain where to go from there. Okay, so I traced every single thing, except for maybe that area, with marker. Okay, so it's inked. Let's take it to the next step, okay? Like, what would be the next step? And sometimes I do this all, describe it all in one, but right now I want to describe it to you as the next step. So, let's draw the striation. First off, I need to fill in the eyes right here. I should have done that before, forgive me. But, we're going to do things like striations. We're going to go over smaller details. And this is kind of like where I want to kind of push it further and make you understand that once you have this framework, you just have the initial, like, okay, cool. You have the drawing. Now we add the detail, right? Which is something a lot of people want to kind of make their drawing go a lot further than the average person. So I kind of want to do that a lot more on this channel by kind of making like full, you know, really pushing your artistic ability. So right here we have striations, and they're kind of like, it's kind of like lines on a basketball. So right here I'm going to draw like, and they're going to be thinner lines, because thinner lines right here, and I'm not going to make them solid, because I think if they're solid they really get in the way. Right there, so you have that. Maybe a little darkness here because this is skin, remember? It kind of looks like that would be dark, but it's not going to be. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of shadow because this upper jaw is going to give this thing a little bit like its own skin, opening the mouth there, a little bit of shadow. Just a little bit right there. Make it pull like a line up or two here to show that that's like a stretching, some sort of skin thing, I don't know, membrane, I don't know what it is. line right here. Same thing right here. We're gonna throw a little bit of shadow underneath, and a lot of this area too, which comes to the bottom of the neck. There's almost always a shadow on the bottom of the neck for, you know, depending on where the light's coming from. Usually the light source is coming from above. And what I like to do to solidify a lot of like creatures like this, or even everybody, like even people, I like to give them a shadow under their neck, because that's what a lot of people have when there's only one source of light coming from above, which there's usually one source of light, right? It's the sun or an artificial light source. And then maybe we can crawl it right here and make this a little bit more solid. This other kind of veiny side of his neck where the plane changes over here. Now, I would go from here is draw a few more like bags under his eye. I would go over here to the nose, draw little thin lines. With thin lines, now we're going to try to make him look like he has scales, right? Like right here, like these curved. And normally when I do that, it's these little thin curved lines, right? You want to kind of build this in stages, like these thin curved lines, putting them around the mouth here, just really randomly, right? And you're kind of throwing them everywhere. You're kind of peppering them everywhere. You have to kind of be careful though. Don't, I feel like you can overdo it, so just kind of pepper them, right? That's a kind of a good way to do it, like a seasoning. Anybody bake? All right, anybody bake? Come on, somebody. If you bake, let me know. All right, you're throwing them down like a seasoning here. Meaning it's kind of like a little bit all over, but not quite every single bit. Throwing a few lines here on the pumpkin as it kind of touches the teeth there. Kind of some lines on the teeth themselves to give them a little bit of a shadow pattern themselves. I could even throw, look, see right here, I'm throwing a little bit of shadow between the teeth so that it's going to make the teeth look a little bit more obvious. Right on. Maybe right here as well. A little bit of shadow between the teeth. And that's going to give it a, like again, more contrast. Because a lot of your eye will go to the differences in black and white. Anyways, that's mostly it. I want to thank you very much for watching. Remember, try to build stuff in stages, okay? That's super, super important. You could just go in and just start drawing, which is totally fine. But I would say, unless it's something you already know how to draw, a good thing would be going like outline, and then you go in and put in, you know, details in different stages. Let's throw one last thing here. Look, see this shard of pumpkin? I'm gonna throw a little 3D there. 3D, 3D, 3D. And I'm gonna draw a slightly thicker line on the outside of this guy. I like doing that because of, you know, this T-Rex. I like doing that just because it kind of contains a lot of stuff. I noticed it really contains everything. And there you go. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Keep it cool, keep it real. Let me do a couple more here. It's kind of bugging me. Keep it cool, keep it real. See you later. I'll see you soon.